Hey you guys, just want to give you a quick news before we get back to the regular episode.
Hi, my name is Francesca. We'll try that again. Hi, my name is Francesca Duval, and I'm here to tell you about an exciting opportunity.
Starting today, Mother Earth News and Johnny Appleseed Organic
are accepting auditions, videos for a new reality TV show.
It's called Garden Gladiators. It's a show for gardeners,
for farmers, for organic cooks,
amateur carpenters,
for self-sufficient do-it-yourselfers.
It's a show for people who care about where their food comes from.
It's a show for people who like standing on their own 2 feet.
It's a show for you to show off your skills,
to learn new ones,
to prove that you have what it takes to be called the next Johnny Appleseed.
Are you up for the challenge?
Then click the link below to submit your 2-minute audition video.
Share your garden story. Tell us what makes you unique.
Tell us why you deserve to compete for the title of being the next Johnny Appleseed.
And hurry! Is it?
But you've got to hurry. Voting on social media will help determine who gets selected.
So the sooner you submit your video, the more likely you are to be selected.
Just click the link below and get started. Good luck!
Hey you guys, I'm going to be harvesting the ginger, galangal, and turmeric today. It's grown since like last year and the plant has died back for quite a while now. I just haven't had a chance to dig them up or actually to turn them over and harvest them. So we're going to check out what we have today because I actually have been growing them in this little spot way behind in the front yard here, and they're actually I'm out of space, as you guys know, so the only place I kind of found that could be possible to grow them was way in the back here that gets somewhat of a filtered light, because gingers usually grow as a, you know, a second story plant. They want more like shade, bright shade ideally, but hopefully it's bright enough for them to have for me to have a decent harvest. But basically they are right behind my compost section, so if you guys could come closer, I'll show you guys what it looks like. Basically this is the front yard, and behind this I'm actually growing some bushes to cover, to hide the compost section. This is my compost pile, and just any kind of, you know, leaves and scraps and pruning sort of stuff piled back. And then way along this edge here is where I've been growing the ginger and galangal and turmeric. So we're gonna take this out and dump them out, and hopefully I got somewhat of a decent harvest. All right, pot number 1. Pot number 2. Utilizing every inch of space I have. There's one more pot left, but I'm not going to harvest that one since it's a repeat. It's the galangal. So let's just come over here and we're gonna dump this out and see what we got. So here's the thing, galangal, which is this one here. So this is a galangal. I noticed that this is the more hardy of all the other, you know, compared to the other gingers. So these rhizomes actually are a lot more cold hardy than the other kinds. The ginger and the turmeric died back in the winter, and that's when you know that they're ready to harvest. But galangal actually kept growing in the winter time, and they actually take more heat, more direct sunlight than the ginger and the turmeric. So let's just go ahead and dump this out. You see how this galangal is already growing back. The galangal is very popular in especially Thai cooking, a lot of Southeast Asian cooking. The flower is really beautiful. A lot of ginger type of plants have very fragrant flowers, but also they're actually short lasting. So enjoy them when you do see them flower. And these ones hardly ever really die back. They'll die back for a while, but they actually don't mind, you know, zone 10 here are mild winters. They'll keep growing in the winter time. And yeah, so you can utilize the leaves. You can use it for flavoring your soups. You can even use the ginger, of course. I love using the rhizomes here. I love using it for like a quick stir fry with some ginger and some shiitake mushrooms, and just to really flavor it up with some light sauteing. And then I would throw them in with some like pureed soup, like a pumpkin squash soup or something like that. So yeah, it's really great for flavoring, but mostly, I mean, things that are in the ginger family are more warming to the body. It also helps with digestion. You can see it's such a hearty rhizome here. There he goes. Okay. Here it is. So this is the Galangal. Let me grab a couple more and we'll dump it out and see what we have. Alright. So, let's take a look at the ginger. Usually you grow these out in the spring. You'll start seeing the rhizome starts to sprout and they'll grow really beautiful plants. Once the plants die back, when it gets kind of cold, you'll know that they're ready to harvest. But normally ginger, my aunt in Vietnam actually grows them and she said they are so easy to grow. So she usually just has like, keep them in like kind of like a shallow pot because they grow kind of shallow and it'll just kind of spread horizontally. So in just like a couple of months, they'll be ready to harvest. So she does not even wait for the plants to die back because there's always some sort of rhizomes, you know, underneath the soil that grows. I mean, they grow quite fast in the tropics, so she will just dig it up and use it whenever she needs to. She does not have to wait for like the plants to die back and harvest like I do in zone 10. So let's just see what we got here. Goodness. Wow, got some fatty worms. This one little seems like dried out. So you can see this one's about to sprout. So I can actually just plant this back in and wait for the next season to harvest. So I'm wondering, I'm not seeing that much in this pot because they are actually growing in a little too much shade. Ginger and rhizomes like that really enjoy, you know, rich organic matter in their soil, a lot of compost, keeping the soil moist, providing them bright indirect sunlight would be ideal, and warmth, of course, humidity if possible. We get pretty dry, hot heat here in the summer. That's why I was out of space in the patio, so I kind of like moved them way out there and behind the trees in hopes that it was going to be bright enough for them to produce something. So it doesn't seem like they're producing quite a lot. Alright, I got a whole other pot of ginger, so let's just see how the other one is doing. So this ginger that I have here, this pot was growing in a little more sun than the other one, so we'll see how this one did. Oh wow, what a difference. Thank goodness. So when I gave them enough sun, there's some ginger that was growing. Thank you. So here they are. So the next time I'm going to grow these, I'm actually going to plant them in a wider pot. It doesn't have to be as deep if I don't have anything, you know, that are that deep, because you can see that they're growing quite shallow. They're growing kind of closer to the surface. So with these rhizomes, I can just break a bunch of these apart and plant them again. And I'm going to actually plant more. So with these rhizomes, all you got to do is to break them apart and plant them in again. You'll get some more. What I did originally was just, I planted like a little nugget into this pot, and I got this much out of it. And this is, you know, not giving them ideal condition. It was lacking sunlight. So that's what I will be doing the next one. Oh, this one, it just kind of broke off. So as you can see, there's these little eyes there. So we're just basically just going to be planting these in. Alright, so this is the turmeric. Let's see how I did with these. So these are the turmeric. They kind of grow like a clump. It's definitely very rich soil in here. I mean, there's so much earthworms in there, but just not enough sun. So you can see what a huge difference it makes when there was some sunlight. It was given off this much. I mean, I was basically growing them in quite a lot of shade, you guys. It probably had like 1 hour of some bright, not even I mean, maybe like 1 hour filtered light. And the rest of the time was in like quite shady. So it was way too much shade, but it was still able to produce that much ginger. So I'm going to be changing locations this year. I'm going to get them in more sun. We'll see how they do the next round. A little tiny bit more sun and almost no sun at all. That's the difference. What's really great about ginger is that I would have to say ginger out of the 3 of these rhizomes are the most spicy of all and has like the most warming effect. The ginger is actually anti-nausea. So if you have, you know, feeling nauseous in any way or some sort of indigestion, you ate something that you feel kind of stuffed, or if you are going on a boat ride or something and you get seasick, you can take some ginger or even candied some ginger and eat that. Ginger naturally is an anti-nausea, and it helps with your blood circulation. You really just feel that warmth, you know, when you take ginger. And we love them in soups and stir fries, and especially elderlies who tend to get cold very easily. We like to put a couple slices of ginger in their food. Also, just by putting some hot water with some ginger and even some like paprika or some sort of like a bit of a chili powder, if you can handle that heat. It's really great for clearing up your congestions and for your cold and your sinuses, your sinus problems. And with these, turmeric is already wanting to sprout. Look at that. So turmeric is very anti-inflammatory, really helpful for arthritis problems, anti-cancer properties, and that bright yellow color in these, you know, the curcumin. Really good for your brain health, some people, you know, claim, I mean, people talk about Alzheimer's, you know, reversing Alzheimer's using turmeric. So it's just all really amazing spice, as they call it, spice or medicinal herbs. I highly encourage that you guys do your own research. Don't just take my words for it. You know, I hope, you know, whatever I tell you is just like an inspiration, something for you to go off of and do your own research. I really love curcumin. In fact, one of the best supplements I find to be most helpful for joint pain or like inflammations for like arthritis and stuff like that is boswellia. It's a mix between boswellia, turmeric, and peppercorn. And actually, to activate the properties in the curcumin to make it work really well for like arthritis problems is actually with like some sort of like a fatty kind of a ingredient, like coconut oil, coconut milk. Some people do a golden paste, you know, to mix it in a drink, or directly apply turmeric paste on their skin. They even do like a golden milk, which is just milk, or do nut milks, which is like a fat, you know, that helps with the absorption of curcumin. So it's basically turmeric milk drink, and Indians love that and they swear by that. Whereas this one here, beautiful pink color Galangal. So you basically just take these young shoots. Let's see if I can break this off. So for me, the Galangal is basically whenever I need to use it, I would just harvest them fresh throughout the year because they grow quite well throughout the year for us here. And this also has a warming effect, but nothing like, you know, the ginger. But it does help with your digestion as well. It has a really beautiful aroma that you can do like a sweet and like a sour, spicy soup. It's in like this popular Thai, I think it's called Tom Yum soup. So I really love this, and also it's good with, you know, depends, some sort of curries. Ginger's very good with in curry, or Galangal is in, I guess, Thai curry. I think we need to try this ginger. What do you guys think? So let's just gonna break a piece. Snap that. And I'm gonna grab a little nugget here. I'll wash it and we'll have a try. Alright, so this is a turmeric, ginger, turmeric, ginger. I'm gonna try this one first because it has a more earthy tone. Oh, it's just lacking color. It's white because I think it's lacking sunlight. Tastes like a I'm starting to have that kind of like a pasty kind of a taste, and it's like a, what do you call it, like a, it has a really good flavor, like it's turmeric enhanced water chestnut. That's what it tasted like. I wonder if the larger one actually has some color. This one here. Alright, let me just wash this and see what this one looks like. Alright, let's give this a try. Okay, this one has more color. And it definitely has a more floral, excuse me, a more floral fragrance to it versus the one I buy at the stores, maybe because those are a little older. Alright, we're gonna try this ginger. And it's so spicy. Fresh ginger is super spicy. Whew. Totally cleared my sinus. And the Galangal. Alright, here it goes. Woo! So this is the Galangal root. Just gonna break this up. Try this again. It's so much more fibrous. It's different than the other kind. It's so much more dry. Thank you. I'm sorry I tore you up. So as you see, it's more white. Wow, that ginger in my mouth, that aftertaste is still kind of like numbing in there. This one is super mild. I should have tried the ginger very last because it's so strong. This is really earthy, but it has like a very grounding kind of a effect on me when I use this in a soup. And that ginger is making me burp. It really helps with digestion. So yeah, those are the 3 types of rhizomes that I love, you know, being able to grow and harvest them fresh, and they have very, you know, medicinal effects. So I really love that. And the ginger, I know it's going to be used quite a lot around the house. My mom loves ginger in a lot of different things. You can, you know, do some fermenting or pickling with a couple slices of ginger in there. It really helps to lift, you know, the fragrance, just kind of brightens up your food, the pickling foods, and especially turmeric. I can use it in my juices. For juicing, you can actually rub turmeric on wounds. I remember actually long ago I had a dog bite on my face. Actually, you can still see the 2 scars, and you know, people were recommending that you just rub fresh turmeric on the wound, obviously after the wound closes up, you know. So not on like super raw wound, but I mean, I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just saying that's what they did for me. So yep, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, antifungal, all really great properties. So I'm gonna plant these things out, and yeah, I'll plant them out and get back to you guys on that. Thank you all so much, you guys, for joining me on this episode. Now that I've learned, you know, how to improve this, I'm pretty confident that the next harvest will be much better than this one, and that I hope you guys have learned from my mistakes. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed this video. And you can follow me on Facebook or Instagram, where I do more instant updates of my life and what I'm doing, what I'm growing. And I highly encourage you to, you know, support me in my work, which I do have some seeds and plants available on my website. I'll leave the links of everything that I just mentioned just below this video for you, so you can go check out. Thank you all so much. Stay safe, stay healthy and vibrant, and I'll see you right back here in the next video. Bye, guys.